whatever happens at The Hague, no, Rodrigo Duterte still wins. If he comes home alive, he wins. If he dies at The Hague, his body will come back in a casket, he still wins. If he dies at The Hague, ikikremate and his ashes brought home, he will still win. And the dilemma of the Marcos administration would be the question of kung saan siya ililibing. Ililibing ba siya sa libingan ng mga bayani? Being a former president, the premise used by PRRD para mailipat, no, or mailibing yung labi ni Ferdinand Marcos Sr. doon sa libingan ng mga bayani. Again, don't get me wrong saying all these things, no? We all know na lahat tayo papunta doon. We'll just have to discuss the inevitable, the hard truth, no, and the painful truth. Para lahat tayo ay handa na ano man yung mangyari.
Ito ang mga pahayag ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. Kaugnay rin po ito sa ating pinapapulsuhan ngayong umaga kung sino nga ba ang namumulitika, ang Marcos administration ba o ang mga Duterte, o kung sino ba yung nangunguna nito sa pamumulitika sa ating bansa. Dahil kung iyong pumaalala, ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa kanyang vlog, sinabi niya that politics is over, now it's time to serve. Ano ho bang masasabi po ninyo?
Well, napanood ko yung interview ni VP Inday at I agree with her, no, that Bongbong Marcos should look at himself in the mirror. Kasi nga, sino ba ang nag-umpisa ng pamumulitika? Noong 2023, inumpisahan nila ang pamumulitika nila at I doubt kung hihinto sila until matanggal in the running si Inday Sara in 2028. So ito po ang nakakahiya at hindi katanggap-tanggap na pahayag, no, ng isang Pangulo kung saan he owes a lot of his presidency to the Dutertes. So wala akong masabi kasi bawal magmura dito eh.
Oo nga, easy lang tayo, Sir EB. At siyempre, ang VP Sara Duterte, tulad ng sabi mo, ay binanggit din na kung pag-uusapan natin itong mga pahayag ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, yung prioridad ngayon ng administrasyon, sabi niya, ay puro paninira.
Tama, no? The list is so long na dapat ayusin itong administrasyon na to. But it seems to me na wala na talagang iba. Halos kada araw, halos kada oras, lahat na lang Duterte, previous administration, lahat na lang. We are in dire need of an adult in the room. Kumbaga, no? Kasi nga, tingnan mo yung sitwasyon ng ating ekonomiya. Tingnan nyo yung sitwasyon ng ating foreign direct investments. Tingnan ninyo ang sitwasyon ng ating infrastruktura. Ngayon ay flood season na naman. Tingnan nyo ang yung mga places na hindi binabaha noon, binabaha na ngayon. Walang pakundangang smuggling, walang pakundangang krimen. At tila ba we are being brought back, no? In fact, 10, 15, 20 years far behind, Admar and Jade.
Opo, at lumalabas nga po, Sir EB, sa isang latest survey ng social weather stations na nasa 42% ng mga Pilipino ay hindi pabor sa pagsasagawa din ng impeachment trial laban kay VP Inday. Samantala, 32% naman dyan nagsabing dapat ituloy yung impeachment proceedings sa ika-20 Kongreso, sa 20th Congress, habang 18% naman ang natin hindi sigurado, undecided sa issue. Dapat na bang ibasura na ito, impeachment trial laban kay VP Sara? Kaugnay na rin doon sa mga panawagan ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na politics is over. Itigil na natin ang politika. Magsimula tayo, panahon na para magserbisyo.
Alam mo, ang mga sinasabi ni Bongbong Marcos, I really don't give any more credence. Lahat kasi ng sinasabi niya, baliktad ang ginagawa niya. He doesn't have to say it. No, all he has to do is to tell his cousin Martin Romualdez at yung mga minions diyan sa sa House of Representatives na itigil na yan. 'Di ba? It's as simple as that, no? Even yung pagpapauwi kay PRRD, all it takes is for him to request the ICC na pauwiin yung matanda. So again, this is just all lip service, all rhetorics, no? Sino pa bang naniniwala kay Bongbong Marcos? Ang ano ko lang is panawagan ko lang yung mga bagong halal na senador, lalong-lalo na kasi wala naman tayong aasahan diyan sa lower house, dapat sila na ang manguna at sila na po ang magdedesisyon for the country. Otherwise, we will have 3 more years, no, of a destroyed economy, a morally bankrupt government, and a morally bankrupt society. I don't know what will happen to us 3 years from now, Jade, no?
Opo. At ilang araw na lang din magbibigay ng kanyang sona ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. Dapat ngayon nakikita na natin na Sir Ibi, kayo, ano bang naobserbahan ninyo? May mga aasahan ba kayong maganda na report mula sa Pangulo?
Siyempre, yung mga drugas na palutang-lutang kung saan-saan na drugas lang ang nahuhuli, wala naman tao. Pero pag illegal gambling o ano ba dyan, mayroong mga tao. Yung mga vape products na nahuhuli, may mga smuggler na nahuhuli. Tulad lang ng bigas, may nahuhuling mga bigas na mga smuggled daw, wala namang nahuhuling smuggler. Diba? So, ito naman talaga ako, no, sana no, magkatotoo yung sinabi ni PRRD na tamaan sila ng kidlat dyan pagka nagsona. Kasi wala na talaga. I mean, who in his right mind would tend to believe whatever Bongbong Marcos will say in his State of the Nation address, I think July 28? At sino ba ang maniniwala na meron silang ginagawa? The people on the ground, the ordinary citizens, do not feel that the government is working for them. Ito, ang nangyayari dito ngayon on the ground is kanya-kanya na lang eh. Everyone saving their own behind. No, saving their own asses. No, sorry for that word, but wala na talaga, no. Hindi konektado ang national government to the real needs and aspirations of yung basic needs na lang ng mga Pilipino, yung mga low-hanging fruit. Yun na lang muna sana.
Opo, yung mga nakakalungkot talaga ngayon, parang nakikita talaga natin na focus dito sa impeachment. At tulad nga ng nabalita natin kanina, yung mga private sector o yung mga eksperto din, sinasabing dapat ang Kongreso, susunod na Kongreso, 20th Congress, mag-focus na din dito sa mga problema ng ating bansa. Lalo na ang ating Pangulo, Bongbong Marcos, at wag nang ibaling pa sa politika dahil lalo tayo naghihirap, Sir E.B.
Tama, no? At after the SONA, around August, will be the presentation of the national budget na, the National Expenditure Program, the President's budget. At magde-deliberate na yan sila for next year's budget, no? And every budget should be a developmental budget. Hindi yung pork-laden budget tulad ng 2024 at 2025 at 2023 budgets nila, no? Lahat na ng mga business groups, ilang beses na ba sila nagpalabas ng statement? Ilang beses na ba nilang criticize yung budget process? So I really hope the 20th Congress, especially doon sa Senado, that they would step up to the plate and become that statesmen that they are or that they were, no, in previous Senates. So, yun na lang at yung mga sinasabi ni Bongbong Marcos, wag na nating paniwalaan yan at wag na nating pakinggan yan. Yung pakinggan natin yung mga senador.
Oo. Speaking of senador, yung line-up ngayon o yung set-up ngayon ng Senado, yung mga bagong senador din. Sa tingin mo ba, ano bang fearless forecast mo? Ito bang impeachment trial laban kay VP Sara ay talagang madidismiss, mababasura sa pamamagitan ng mga senador na kilala natin na mga kalyado din ng pangalawang Pangulo?
Well, again, no, hindi naman tayo constitutionalist. I'm not a lawyer nor a legal expert. But based on what I have just read and researched, no, at nababasa natin, yung pag-crossover to the 20th Congress Senate, no, ay isa din yan na constitutional question. At I think, no, because of the leeway given by the Constitution doon sa Senado at sa impeachment court, no, they can in fact question and decide among themselves before constituting the impeachment court of the 20th Congress na itutuloy ba or i-dismiss ang kaso. And as late as 2024, there has been a precedent in the American Congress kung saan in February of 2024, nag-file ang Republican-led Congress ng dalawang articles of impeachment against then Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who was then a Democrat appointed by Biden. At in April of 2024, yung Republican-led naman na Senado na sympathetic to Trump ay biglang dinismiss within 4 hours of constituting the U.S. Senate into an impeachment court. Binasura talaga nila after 4 hours of debates, no, yung dalawang articles of impeachment, voting along party lines, no, 51 to 49. 51 ang Republicans at 49 lang ang mga Democrats. Kaya walang full-blown trial at walang nagawang trial action noon in just 4 hours, no. So, yan lahat pa pwede, no? Again, no, kung babasehan natin yung mga sinasabi ng spokesperson of the impeachment court, no? Napakalawak ng leeway ng Senado at ng impeachment court, no? They can in fact formulate their own rules, amend their own rules, revise their own rules as they go along. And 90% of the rules of impeachment ng Senado, I think, was adopted from the U.S. Senate's impeachment rules, no? So, pwede rin yan. Pwede yan, I think.
Oo, pahabol ko lang itong pahayag din ni Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri kamakailan sa isang press conference dyan sa Senado. I think fundamental question, i-quote ko lang sabi niya dito, I think fundamental question is itutuloy ba? Baka itatanong ng presiding officer, itatanong ng Senate President yan, I leave it to the body, itutuloy ba? So yan ang botohan ko, itutuloy ba o hindi? I think ganun ang mangyayari dyan. So we'll see kung sinong mananaig o sinong mananalo. And then dagdag pa niya dito, hindi na, pag nagdesisyon yung grupo na ituloy ang diskusyon, we have to continue with the process. We have to continue with the process. So huwag tayo matakot bumoto. Bumoto tayo. Many of them have made up their minds anyway. So let's proceed with the process. You want to shorten it? Okay. But then, let's vote. Let's decide. At meron din siyang nabanggit kamakailan din, Sir EB, na parang witch hunt. Itong ginagawa ngayon ng mga kritiko ng administrasyon ni VP Sara Duterte kaya gusto ituloy itong impeachment trial. Ano masasabi mo doon?
Well, ako, no, in fairness to Mig Zubiri, I have some differences of opinion on him. Pero in fairness to him, he was booted out of the Senate presidency dahil nga ayaw niyang makisama doon sa People's Initiative to amend the Constitution na ginawa ni Bongbong Marcos at ni Martin Romualdez, no? At ngayon naman, he was brave enough to say, no, na itong impeachment against VP Sara is all about witch hunt, no? It's all about politicking, no? To destroy VP Sara's chances to become president in 2028. At yun na nga, no, yun ang sinasabi ko kanina, na pwede naman nilang i-decide talaga, pwede ipagpatuloy, kasi tama, no, they have all made up their minds, no. Meron ng mga boto yan sila whether to convict or to acquit. So why prolong the agony? Kasi nga ang gusto lang talaga ng mga taong pro-impeachment at anti-Sara, anti-Duterte, gusto nila, they will make the impeachment trial as their main platform of black propaganda against VP Sara Duterte. Yun lang talaga ang gusto nila, no? Regardless of whether she be acquitted, regardless whether she be convicted, wala sa kanila yan. Gusto lang nila ng stage, gusto lang nila ng plataforma, entablado, para legitimately ay ma-atake nila at magiba, no, ang reputasyon ni VP Sara Duterte. So I hope, no, the 20th Congress Senate, no, will do away with all of this and make sure that the Filipino nation will be put back in its track to proper development and welfare.
Si Partner Admar po, Sir EB, may mga karagdagang katanungan po sa inyo. Thank you.
Opo, Ginong Ibi, magandang umaga, may buntag. No? Sa nakalipas na mga panayam kay Vice President Sara Duterte, nabanggit nga niya no, yung kalusugan ng dating presidente na hindi pa natin siya nakita na ganito kapayat. No? And nakapanayam ang kanyang ina na si Elizabeth Zimmerman, sabi niya butot balat na. No? At nabanggit niya rin na hindi na nagtitake ng, kumbaga itinigil na yung pagbibigay ng gamot, no? Senyales na gumaganda na yung kalusugan, pwede nang hindi mag-take ng gamot. And at the same time, nung isang araw naman, nakapanayam ulit, no? Na kinumpirma na payat, kumbaga yung kanyang braso, kalahati ng kanyang braso, yung kasalukuyang ganun kapayat ang dating Pangulo. No? At marami pong nabahala nito. Pero para sa kanya, mas okay daw ito, mas healthy tingnan. Pero yun nga, kahapon naman, meron na namang mga huling habilin ang dating Pangulo. Anong nakikita mo dito, Sir Ibi?
Ako, Admar, no, I really feel sad, no, with what happened to PRRD, no, a man who has a distinguished 40-year career, who rose to the presidency and brought back dignity to the Filipino people, ay ginawa at tinraidor ng mga tao na tinulungan niya itong mga Marcoses at mga Romualdez. Now, going back to what you were saying, it was just in February 22 of this year, 2025, nung indignation rally sa Mandawi City. Nakatabi ko si PRRD. I saw how weak he was then. I saw his body size. And to hear VP Sara say na skin and bones na lang, butot balat, kalahati na lang yung mga braso niya, I can only imagine in myself gaano nakapayat si PRRD. And if that is true, talagang payat na payat yun. Because I know how frail he was and how thin he was in February 16, 21, no? 22 of 2025, just a few months ago. At yung paghinto ng medisina niya, it could be a sign na healthy siya at hindi na kailangan ng gamot. But it could also be a sign na wala nang silbi yung gamot. Kaya ayaw na niyang i-take. Kasi ang question dito, pinahinto ba ng doktor ang pag-take niya ng medicine or he just refuses to take his medicine? Kasi kung payat na payat ka, half of the size of what you used to be, which is already very thin, tapos hindi ka na pinapatake ng gamot, I doubt if order yan ng doktor. But again, let's hanggang speculation lang tayo no? And I think no the inevitable is going to happen. Ako don't get me wrong, no? Lahat naman tayo papunta doon, but I really doubt it if he can still come home alive. Sorry.
Opo, and dito sa mga, lalo na itong pinakahuli na nabanggit ng pangalawang Pangulo na may mga huling habilin, kay-cremate siya, ayaw niya na dalhin yung kanyang katawan dito sa Pinas. Anong maaring tama nito sa mga nasa gobyerno na talagang nasa likod ng kanyang pagpapadala doon sa the Netherlands? At kung maalala natin, nitong nakalipas lang, na tutulong pa sila doon sa mga sinasabi na di umano'y mga testigo na sinasabi rin naman nila noon na hindi sila makikipag-coordinate. Napakabilis, sabi nga ni VP Sara, napakabilis ng kanilang pagtugon dito. Pero doon sa issue ng mga kababayan natin sa gitnang silangan, medyo napakabagal naman ng kanilang galaw.
Tama, no? Tingnan mo ngayon sa Korte Suprema, ang dami pang petisyon dyan. Even the GAA petition, wala pa rin tayo naririnig. Pero, ayan na nga, no? I think, no, yung unang tanong mo, ano bang idudulot nito if the inevitable happens, no? Alam mo, Admar, mga kababayan, Jade, no? Whatever happens at The Hague, no? Rodrigo Duterte still wins. If he comes home alive, he wins. If he dies at The Hague, his body will come back in a casket, he still wins. If he dies at The Hague, ikikremate and his ashes brought home, he will still win. And the dilemma of the Marcos administration would be the question of kung saan siya ililibing. Ililibing ba siya sa libingan ng mga bayani? Being a former president, the premise used by PRRD para mailipat, no, or mailibing yung labi ni Ferdinand Marcos Sr. doon sa libingan ng mga bayani. Again, don't get me wrong saying all these things, no? We all know na lahat tayo papunta doon. We'll just have to discuss the inevitable, the hard truth, no? And the painful truth. Para lahat tayo ay handa na ano man yung mangyari. Pero again, yung second question mo, yung sinasabi nila, sino ba bang maniniwala nitong si Rimulya? In fact, yung mga missing Sabongero cases, I think baka ililink na naman nila yan doon sa administrasyon ni former President Duterte kasi it happened in 2021 and sometime in 2022, I think. And some even going back to 2020, no, or late 2020 or something. So I'm not really surprised, no, na ginawa nila yan. Sila pa nga nagbabayad ng mga witnesses, no, papunta ng The Hague, no. Yun ang sabi, no. At yun naman talaga ang alam naman natin, no. Hindi na nakakasurpresa yan, no, yung mga pahayag na yan.
Opo, at nakita naman natin itong mga pahayag din ng Malacanang, no, na mag-exercise na lang daw ang dating Pangulo.
Ako talaga, Admar, no, talaga napakawalang hiya nitong Claire Castro na to, no. I see that I saw that interview, no, yung press briefing na yun. She was mocking the former president, no. She was mocking mag-ehersisyo daw, healthy naman daw, and her demeanor and her that's not the way, that's not the character of a press secretary or a press officer na para kang nangungutya and gloating even, no, with what is happening or what has happened to former President Duterte. Talaga napaka walang hiya nitong Claire Castro na to, no, to say that, no.